These polls have taken a turn for the worse. Hate to say it. I hate to say it. I took a quick break, let the polls breathe for a second. Last time we checked in, things were looking good, more or less. Let's jump back in. Last time we checked in, Warren had her bump, and then she had her fall, which we had predicted. And Bernie had a bit of a come up since he had his heart attack, a slow and steady rise. All the while, Biden continued his fluctuation up, down, up, down, up, down. People are into him, people are not into him. A couple people drop off. Really, I mean, this is a leveling out with his default support that he's kept pretty much since the beginning. He's kept this pretty steady crowd at 27%, more or less. 27% still. And really, this isn't real support, because if anyone was actually paying attention and actually ready to make a decision, and they actually looked into this guy, they would say, yeah, no way. Because I've only been barely paying attention to this guy, and I hear him speak for 1 second, and I know, yeah, he's not for me. But here's the part that's kind of got me down. This is not where I kind of expected this thing to go, at least not at this moment. Pete Buttigieg is on some kind of meteoric rise, or at least he was, and it was seemingly not going to stop until just today or yesterday. He hit this little leveling off point, which is good. And hopefully he stays there. Hopefully he stays there at about 11%. But people are getting into him. People are jumping on the Buttigieg train. And I think it's because he reminds people a lot of Obama, and he gives people that warm, fuzzy Obama-like feeling that they had when he was around. He's also presenting himself. He's attacking the strong progressive ideas in any way he gets, and he's feasting off of the idea that we're not ready for a strong populist left-wing president. And so I don't think Medicare for all works. Let me give you my slightly less Medicare for all idea. Still maybe Medicare for all, but not really. And then I think everybody should have education, but I don't think we should have universal education. So every position he has is just like he tries to hit you with the I'm a progressive, but then he pulls the rug right out from under you. So he's not. He's a corporatist through and through. He has weak ideas, and he will not fight anywhere near as hard as someone like Elizabeth Warren and especially Bernie Sanders would fight. And for everybody that's been saying, "Hey, can we have a politician? Can we elect a Democrat that actually does something for once?" And you're looking at Pete Buttigieg as the person that's going to do it. Yeah, you've been fooled. Because he's just going to go, if he were to get elected, he would just keep the status quo just as it is, do a couple tweaks around the edges, just do enough so that nobody can really say shit, and then every problem that we have will stay the way it is. Student loan debt will remain the way it is. Marijuana and drug laws will remain the way they are. We won't get universal health care, and everything that's broken in this country will continue to be broken under a Buttigieg presidency. So hopefully his this latest like media hype curiosity bump of his dies soon. But besides that, his rise is also coupled with a continued fall of Elizabeth Warren, who's plummeting, as well as a slight dip for Bernie. But he's got this strong base at 15 right now, which is not going to dip below. Although we have seen his potential go up to around 24, and the race is still early, guys. People are still jockeying, people are still figuring it out, people still haven't started paying attention to Joe Biden. He's still just a hype name, same thing as Hillary Clinton had her hype coming in. It's the most recognized name, they have the most money, the name's out there the most, so obviously he's going to be up there first. It doesn't matter how ridiculous of a person he is. So I don't know. This is interesting. I don't really have any predictions at this point. Things are in flux right now. Things need to start shaking up things, and over the next few months, this is going to get really interesting. Also, Kamala Harris dropped out of the race, so her numbers, her 3.4% will get divvied up somewhere. I assume that'll probably get split between, well, more so Warren. Probably majority of that will go to Warren, maybe a little bit to Klobuchar. I mean, the woman vote. The people who are interested more in Kamala Harris, I would probably guess, are women at this point. Would probably be her cohort. Um, and then Bloomberg also entered the race, and when he announced, he came in at like 2% or something, and now he's doubled that to about 4%. He hasn't really done any crazy media blitz or rallies or anything like that, so he's at 4%. We'll see where that goes. He's again another corporatist through and through, hilarious candidate, ex-Republican running in the Democratic primary in a populist era. We'll see what happens with that. Um, but the polls this time around are looking a little daunting. They have me concerned for sure. Um, so I don't know. We'll see where this one goes, and we'll see where we're at when the next polls come around. Until next time.